Hi, guys.
Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be talking about engagement rings. And we're going to see a couple clips about men and women saying how much a man could spend on an engagement ring. So let's just get right into it.
Alrighty, let's do it.
How much do you think a guy should spend on an engagement ring?
Free grandma's ring.
I'd say at least like 100K.
Are you Delulu?
How much do you think a guy should spend on an engagement ring?
I think 10 times their salary.
Lady, you want me to work for 10 months and give the money to a jeweler for a tiny piece of metal that I cannot eat or sleep in or sell for a higher price? Is my brain made out of metal?
Yeah, has to be in like the six
guy's
digits
crazy.
for sure.
Jesus
Six
Christ, on the motorbike, lady,
digits.
18% of Americans make more than 100,000 before tax. And even if the men in that 18% buy a ring with it, most of them will owe the IRS and they will not be able to afford food. So they will be hungry on their way to IRS prison.
How much do you think he should
He's
spend on an
right.
engagement
Prison.
ring?
250.
250?
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus Christ on the motorbike. Lady, even if he makes 5
250.
million, you are
Oh,
just
this is
giving the
crazy.
250 to Billing man who doesn't care about you.
I definitely want a huge rock, so I'm gonna guess that it probably costs about at least like $500,000.
Mother of Lord.
The prices are
I
getting
Are they
did not
buying a
know
house?
Delulu was this strong out there. I underestimated the Delulu that is going around in this world right now. I'm out.
I'm out. I would be out
every
too.
single one of those numbers were just
That's
crazy high.
ridiculous.
I think the lowest one was 100,000,
He's
250,
right.
500,000.
So many people make less than
He's
100,000 a
like,
year, and then without tax,
yeah, without
So,
tax.
so
And then he
it's
said,
a Delulu, he said.
Delulu. He said, 3 grams of ring.
That's crazy. I don't know
Oh,
what
good.
females think.
All right, let's look at another clip.
How much do you think someone should spend on an engagement ring?
Engagement ring, like a grand,
A
grand, yeah,
Rad.
How much do you think?
It's definitely way more than that. It's probably like 15K.
I think it depends on the time. If you're like 18, like 20, it could be like a grand. But if you're older and you have a job, like 5.
How much do you think someone should spend on an
He's wise.
See, I feel like that's realistic.
He's wise.
I think one grand for someone who's in,
Depends
yeah, it depends.
which part of your life you're in. Like, if you're very young, well, of course you can't afford 5,000 or
Right.
$10,000 ring. So you definitely have to go with 1,000. But if you're like a little bit older, you have a job, and then you saved money, it makes sense. I think the answer was
Yeah,
wise.
I think it really depends on someone's income. If you're making really good money, I feel like there's no harm in getting a more expensive engagement ring.
I feel like at the end of the day, it's not about the price.
It's not about the price.
It's just a thing that shows you're married, so it doesn't matter if it's like $500,
At
1,000,
the end
or
of
like
the
10,000. It's
at the end of the day, it's a symbol of commitment. That's the way I look at it. It's not
so
about what the value itself of the ring
no,
is. It's about the symbol of commitment. So
that's it. That's true.
if you're gonna buy a $15,000 ring and you can't afford the payments on it, you definitely shouldn't be buying that for a woman, or maybe you shouldn't be getting married at all. I don't know. That just seems crazy to be spending that kind of money. If you
250?
well,
That
to
girl says 500. Well, you can
yeah,
buy a house with that.
these guys are at least realistic, but those other ones, 100,000 to 500 to half a million for a ring, like
That's
that's insane. You could
kind
buy
of
a
crazy.
house. Here's another one.
How much do you want your husband, future husband, to spend on a ring on you, engagement ring?
Oh, easily 75. Hell no.
75. Why is that?
That's what I deserve.
That's what you
What I
deserve.
deserve.
Now, what do you even do for a
Wow.
living?
Nothing.
I'm majoring in accounting. I can make that easy.
You have a job then, right? What do you do living for?
Doctor.
You're a doctor?
Yeah.
Are you studying to be a
I'm
doctor?
going to med school. I applied to med school.
He has it.
Now, how does
I know he can.
now how does it feel that your woman wants
He has it.
75K for a ring?
She believes in me.
White people are crazy.
Bro,
She believes
I'm
in
spending a
White people
5K
are
about a
crazy.
girl.
5K? That's
The rest
it?
of that money is going for a fucking a wedding, like a nice wedding.
Oh,
Okay.
we're gonna have a nice wedding.
We're having an amazing wedding.
How much for the wedding now?
Oh, 150.
Yeah.
Oh my god. How much do you want your
Shoot me!
Shoot.
Aw. Shoot me.
I think
I don't know.
that one's a little
They're kind
delusional.
of
They both seem a little off.
$75,000 on a ring.
That's a lot.
What if you lose it?
She's like, I know you have it. I wonder if she's talking about daddy's money or if
Oh yeah.
like
Even
he's
if
he
you
he looks
have
like
it,
this guy looks like he's in college, so I don't know.
he
He
said he
doesn't
applied.
apply to med
I mean, you
school.
haven't even got in there yet, so
There's no way you're a college student able to afford a $75,000 ring. That's just not going to happen. Going back to what we were just talking
that's
about spending
crazy.
$1,000, like okay, that's realistic for a college student unless you're using daddy's money to pay for it. But at the same time, it's like I wouldn't want to use daddy's money to pay for a ring for
That's
a
that's
fiance. That's weird.
that's weird.
But
You should work for it and do it yourself. So
yeah,
this is
maybe
weird.
she's assuming after he's a medical doctor, he can just pull out a $75,000
Well,
loan.
why would you want to have a $75,000 ring and walk around with it?
I don't know. I'd rather have a house or something, or money toward a house.
You can spend that on a vacation.
Yeah, that's crazy. These people are
You
crazy.
can go see the world and get to know other cultures, but
Yeah.
it's just gonna be a piece of metal or jewelry on your hand, and you can't. I don't know.
That guy was simping hard too. He's like, he deserves it. Okay, buddy.
Yeah. Well, she said she deserves it too.
I know they both said it. It's just she's full of
Well,
herself and he's enabling it. It's messed up.
well,
See what else we got here.
I hope that marriage lasts.
Okay, we'll do this one.
Right there.
I'm gonna ask you a question after.
Doing a portrait, asking about engagement ring cost.
Ask the question.
How much do you think an engagement ring should be?
So I said no more than 4K. She said 10. 10K is a lot.
I mean, if she's special, it's worth every dime, no?
The fact that I'm making the step to commit to you, like it's the meaning behind the ring. I'm not saying it'd be some cheap something, but you could get a nice ring for $4,000.
Well, he's
and
right.
it's $4,000 on your finger.
Yeah.
Well, it could be 10 though.
It could be 10 though.
Could be 10 though.
I mean, it could.
Excuse me.
What's the difference? You get a 4,000 or a 10,000? I feel like girls usually just like to get a bigger one because they like to like show it off
Yeah.
to other girls and people. But he's right. He's just the reason behind it is being like that committed, like he's
Right.
trying to be committed. And that's the symbol. So,
Yeah, I mean, you could probably with 10 grand, you could probably get like a nice 2 carat lab grown diamond, or a 1 carat earth grown diamond, probably.
yeah.
And then 4, it's probably like half that. So like a 1 carat.
So that brings this question for me that um how much would the woman spend on a guy's wedding band then?
Oh, that's a good question.
And
I didn't even
like,
think about that. How much should a woman spend on
yeah,
a guy's engagement
if
ring?
they want a $500,000 ring, then they better buy a good thing for their husband too. Like they probably will be like, oh, just $500 would be enough.
You know what? I didn't even think about that. That's something
Yeah,
we should definitely look into.
we should look into that
How
too.
much should a woman spend on a guy's wedding
Hmm.
band?
Because it should be both ways.
I mean, if you're spending a certain amount on an engagement ring and a wedding band, and these women are expecting 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, 500,000, what are they spending on their man? Are they going to buy him a cheap $500 ring, or are they going to
Like a rubber band thing.
yeah, like a rubber ring or a
Yeah.
tattoo ring or one of those weird
Tattoo.
things?
Tattoo.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, we should look
I don't
into
know.
that too for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I have to ask
Yeah.
people what they think too, how much they think a guy should or a woman should spend on a guy's ring. Leave some
Uh-huh.
comments.
They probably want like, oh, I want a $50,000 ring, but then they're gonna buy a guy like, oh, $700.
Here's your $200 ring.
Yeah. If you why you spend so much money on you? Wear it.
Yeah, I think it all comes down, like I was saying before, it's all about the commitment. It's nothing to do
It is.
with the price. It's just interesting to watch other people and see what they think someone should spend on an engagement ring. Some of them are just delusional or delulu. Like
The Lulu
like
for sure. The Lulu.
all right, let's check one more video.
Let's do it.
How much did you spend on her wedding ring?
That's a lot. So, I mean, show it. I mean, go ahead. It's a decent amount. So if you look up like a 3-carat diamond, it's a decent amount I spent on her. But she deserves even more.
Sure, but realistically, numbers-wise, what we talking?
I mean, how much was it? 35K? 35K, yeah.
35,000 bucks.
Yeah.
So he spent that much
It
on a
was an Earth
wedding
girl,
ring for
for
you
sure.
as a gesture. What does he get in return?
I think I should answer that. So I get a partner that's loyal. I get the mother of my children. I get the most beautiful woman that I've ever, been around. And the most important thing is how she treats me and how she treats my family and how she treats her family. So for me, I have a partner for life, and it's worth every investment there is.
Okay. But a lot of people would say you could have the same thing, a partner for life, the mother of your kids, without dropping 35K on a ring.
That's true.
You could. And money's not an issue. Like, if you can get a cheap ring and it's the person that's for you, whatever. But it also depends on how much you make. So if you make a lot and you can drop a lot on them, that's totally fine. But if you can drop a lot on your
afford
partner,
it
that's
and
totally
you wanna
fine. But
do it,
at the end of the day,
you
it
can
doesn't
do
matter
it.
how much money you drop on your partner, as long as the relationship between you two is very special and how much you guys care about each other is the most important. For me,
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. And did you have any like expectations as far as ring prices, or you would have been fine if it was like a ring pop or something?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like he said, when he gave it to me, I was like, how much was this ring? That doesn't matter. He just gave me something that he wanted to put on me to make me his wife. And it happens to be something that he really spent a lot on, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter the price to me. I don't care. Like, I'm with my partner for life, and that's what matters to me.
How old are you guys?
28.
I'm 30.
I think we'll stop there. I think I
It's
think
a lot of money. I understand if the guy was like, if you have it and you want to do it, well, that's up to him. It's his opinion, but it's
yeah.
still, I like the way that the girl answered though. She wasn't like, no, he should have definitely spent that much or more.
Mhm.
She was
Yeah.
like, she didn't care because he just wanted to give that to her to make her his wife, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that was the whole point and idea behind it. But I just don't understand why some girls will be like, 35K? It's
think
not enough for me. I
think
deserve more.
for me it's the entitlement of some of the women that are like, hey, it's got to be 35,000, it's got to be 75,000, it's got to be 100. Most of the delusional ones were saying 100,000,
Oh, wow.
250,000. I don't even know if they realize how much money that is, or if they're
A
just
lot of money.
like, that's an insane amount of money for a ring.
Like for me, if you wanted to spend that much money, I would be like, no,
Yeah.
we can use that money towards our house, towards our vacations,
Mhm.
for our baby. Like
Yeah.
like why would we want to do that? Like you gotta be smart too in life, you know?
Right. Right. I
So
feel like, yeah, I feel like I'm just a bad example though, because it's like I feel like I still spent kind of a lot on a ring, but at the same time, like this last guy was saying, he was saying how I get a partner for life, someone who will always be there for me, and when you know it's the right person that you're going to spend your life with, sometimes it's worth spending a lot of money on something like that that your partner is going to wear for the rest of their life. And it's like with some people, it's, you might not even give them a second date because they're just so entitled, they're so arrogant, they just don't have a good personality. But someone like Shamim, who comes from a good family and has all the qualities that you could really want in a wife, and I'm sure this other guy in this last clip had those same qualities or was looking for those qualities, and has the funds to buy a $35,000 ring.
Yeah, but
And
even if he couldn't afford it, he could have get something for cheaper
yeah,
and it would be fine.
and it would be fine. I mean, it's
Yeah.
more about the symbol,
Yeah, but
more so
some
than the
females
money.
out there, they're all about that. They'll be like, "Oh my God, it has to be this big. I want a big rock," just because they want
Yeah.
to show it off to other girls and be like, "Mine is bigger," you know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't.
It's just weird.
I don't really care. I think it all comes down to financial responsibility. If you don't make a lot of money, you probably shouldn't spend a lot of money on a ring.
Yeah,
And
you don't want to put yourself into debt.
if you're with someone who you are 100% positive that you're going to spend your life together, then by all means, if you make a lot of money and you can afford an expensive ring, by all means, I think you should be able to do so. But yeah, some of the women here, I think it's just the entitlement that's kind of like, oh, it's like it's cringy to hear, but I don't know. I think it's all about the
It depends on a person, I guess.
yeah. But I agree with you on that other stuff too about people just want to have big
Oh
rocks and
yeah,
want to
they just
compare
want to
and
compare and show it off and stuff.
they want to level up compared to their friends because they probably already get that from their friends. They're like, oh, look how big mine is, or oh, my fiance got me this, my boyfriend got me this. It's maybe it's a competition too. I don't really know. I don't
No.
hang out with people like that, so I don't
Me too. I don't want to, so
so so I have no idea. But
yeah.
yeah. Well, anyways, I think that's pretty much covers it on engagement rings. We got to see some realistic ones from some guys
And
and
we're gonna
girls,
look
and
for the opposite
yeah,
situation too, because we need to know how much a girl is willing to
we
do.
might need to find some videos on how much girls would be willing to spend on a guy's ring. I don't know if we're gonna find videos on that, but we'll definitely look and see what we can find.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fun.
Alrighty.
Anyways, let us know what you guys think.
Yep.
Do you think
That's fun.
$1,000 is enough for an engagement ring, or do you think guys should be spending 50,000? You guys let us know in the
Or
comments.
maybe 500,000? The Google.
All right, guys. Until next time. See
Alrighty.
ya.
Bye.
Bye.